The course is split into 2 days, as we said. First day is ESD. Second day is POEM and submucosal, and all the types of POEM. So today, quick few slides. Thanks to Andrea on this for summarizing this. So basically, we want to put this around ESG guidelines. I think they're very nice evidence-based documents, and I think we should standardize around them, to be honest. I mean, we may have our interpretations of them, and I think we do. We certainly have our technique interpretations of them, but they are solid baseline. So I think we need to be good at, you need to be experienced, you need to be able to apply virtual chromendoscopy to understand lesions. You don't usually, for most cases, and we can talk about individual cases, need imaging up front unless you think something is deeply invasive. And of course, that's the third one that we've said here. How do you do your assessment? You do it via high definition white light with chromoendoscopy. That is usually virtual, I would say, not necessarily dye-based. And I think that we have moved as a community away from dye-based chromoendoscopy because it is too time-consuming, too difficult, and too hard to standardize between, concentration, etc. So why do we not just standardize around virtual chromoendoscopy? I think the field is moving that way. Magnification, of course, is critical, and classification systems. I would like to convince you, I did a talk yesterday, and I would like to convince that audience, just as I would like to convince you that it's not so difficult to classify these lesions if you just focus your thinking around the structure and whether it's regular. And let's be honest, in 2 years, we're going to be defunct and computers are going to take over depth of invasion estimation. So don't worry too much about it. But of course, do worry about the fact that you don't have the technique to put the endoscope on the area of deep invasion, because if you don't, no AI in the world is going to help you to find it. Not for the next 10 years, maybe, not until the robotic arm takes over your arm. And at that point, we might as well stop this course. So you need to follow these steps. And really, it starts by looking from afar. Look for features that might suggest you have deep submucosal invasion, like indrawing of folds, like a depression. And then go closer, look for a demarcation zone and interrogate that demarcation zone for its regularity. Use chromoendoscopy virtual to interrogate an area of abnormality that you think looks abnormal in white light. Maybe it's more red, maybe it's depressed, because how are you going to know the structure if you're not looking at the vascular pattern? And you cannot look at the vascular pattern properly with white light. And that's, I guess, that. Paris classification and POEM, we talked about it. And actually, if there's 2 or more, this should alert you to the fact that there's potentially deeply invasive cancer present. And finally, before we go to the room, this is what I've been talking about before. And if we just go to maybe here, this is where it's best worked out, right? This structure of regular, irregular on the right. So here, this is the JNet publication, the original one. Completely irregular pattern, regular pattern, regular pattern, in between the two. Okay, so this is what you're looking for to make your decision between, am I going to do something pretty simple probably, and maybe this is a benign thing, or is it more risk of being invasive, and in this case, deeply invasive, and in this case, invasive, at which point I need to apply a different